Hey guys, Martin here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to talk a little bit about the reversible exchange mechanic and how I think that this can be a huge opportunity for the awakening of a character that we've all been speculating about and waiting for quite a long time now, and that is the AGL free-to-play Super Saiyan Bardock that is available via the Dokkan Quest mode. So this guy came out a little while ago. Obviously, he released originally as a farmable base form Bardock and then awakened into Super Saiyan Bardock, which was already very interesting considering the categories that he's on, because there is no other Super Saiyan Bardock in the game that is a Super Saiyan that is on Time Travelers, but is also on Team Bardock, because of course all the Team Bardocks are from, you know, before the rest of the team gets killed, right? And before, say, Planet Vegeta gets destroyed, before the movie special and like the whole sort of what if timeline where Bardock goes back in time, becomes the first Super Saiyan, all that kind of thing. So it was already a bit of a surprise when he awakened into a Super Saiyan Bardock, given the categories that he has. And of course, people have been wondering, what is he going to awaken to for his final form, which is of course an LR. Now, this hasn't actually been 100% confirmed by Dokkan that he's going to awaken into an LR, but it's just been something that has been sort of quote unquote known since his release as an SSR, because he has the same hidden potential stats and like the same hidden potential format as free-to-play characters that have awakened into an LR. Whereas when the Frieza came out, who obviously awakened into Frieza and Cooler, he had a different hidden potential that indicated that he would only be a TUR, and obviously that is what ended up happening, right? So Bardock is still expected to awaken into an LR, so one more awakening, one more form. And the big thing with this guy, which is kind of, I would say, limited speculation a little bit, to him really only being like a Super Saiyan Bardock, is that the categories and the way categories would work for these cards is cards cannot lose categories when they awaken. They can gain them, but they can't lose them. And that's why a big example from the past is when the AGL Kid Gohan Dokkan Fest came out. There was a story event for like the Garlic Jr. story that had a free-to-play STR Piccolo. And when that free-to-play STR Piccolo dropped in the files, people noticed straight away that he wasn't on the Namekians category, which is obviously very strange, right, for a Piccolo card. But it's because that card then awakened into Piccolo and Krillin, and so of course with the way Join Forces cards work, they wouldn't be on the Namekians category. So because cards can't lose categories, the SSR of Piccolo did not have the Namekians, because the final form of the card was not going to be on Namekians. So that limited the speculation for this Bardock a little bit, because with these categories of him having Team Bardock, storied figures, even like Revenge, it limits the kind of characters that he could awaken into, right? Because one of the more popular theories or more popular speculations, as soon as a free-to-play Bardock got announced, or that was going to be coming, and people started thinking about what he could potentially awaken into, one of the most popular choices is of course the Goku and Bardock combo that I think people have wanted in Dokkan for a very, very long time. Legends has a Dokkan and Bardock in Legends. That'd be funny. Legends has a Goku and Bardock unit, but Dokkan does not. So obviously that kind of hype was there when this guy first got announced, and then was almost immediately killed because of this whole thing with the categories, right? Because I pulled up this Super Saiyan Goku. This is one that I noticed from, I think it was when we were looking at the arts for the, was it not, it wasn't Dokkan Chronicles, was it? It was the, it was one of the other stages, like the special categories. The Blue Zone, I think it was, right? Because we were trying to work out which sagas could potentially be in the stage. And this guy's not actually on any of the sagas. So this is a Goku who isn't committed to a specific saga. This is like a Super Saiyan Goku typical category link set, right? And so obviously with the categories that he has, these categories could be gained for a Bardock card if he was going to team up with Goku, but categories can't be lost, and Goku is not on Team Bardock, he's not on Revenge, he's not on Storied Figures. So a Goku and Bardock card, as it stands before the anniversary, it would essentially have been impossible for this guy to awaken into Goku and Bardock. However, Now that we have the reversible exchange mechanic in the game, that has changed completely and could be the reason why they've waited so long to awaken this guy, because we're going to talk about potential timeline for when he could get his awakening here in just a moment. But of course, as you guys I'm sure well know at this point, if we take a look at this guy with the reversible exchange mechanic, this character is on Goku family and Vegeta family, Worthy Rivals, which is a Vegeta category, Turtle School, which is obviously a Goku category, Gifted Warriors is a Vegeta category, Kamehameha, of course, a Goku category, Successors, all this stuff, right? So Bond of Friendship is normally a Goku category, Successors is Vegeta. So the long story short is that these new format for characters with the Goku plus Vegeta, or whoever it's going to be, they now have all the categories of both the characters put together, which means if they want to awaken this guy into a Goku and Bardock card, he can now awaken into what would essentially be, if we're just going with it being a Super Saiyan Goku, he would awaken into Super Saiyan Bardock plus Super Saiyan Goku, and then they would have the reversible exchange mechanic, and then they would be on all of these categories. So they would still be on Team Bardock, still be on Storied Figures, but then they would also be on Turtle School, Bond of Friendship, which, I mean, this new mechanic we've wanted for a very long time, for cards in Dokkan to be on the categories of both the characters for these Join Forces cards, because it really has limited like team building obviously in the past. So this is a massive update, and it will finally allow these kind of cards not only to exist, because of course, as we've already explained, like this guy, before reversible exchange was a thing, this guy just cannot awaken into a Goku and Bardock, right, because of the way they work these things. But now, because of reversible exchange, that is absolutely a possibility. So the big question is going to be, when will we see this guy get his final awakening into an LR? Because you can see here, he released on both versions of the game on the 11th of October 2024. His SSR was released in June for JP and then August for Global. So he came out like 2 months later for Global, but then we were kind of at the point where everything was starting to sync up. So the TUR came out at the same time. So for Global, it only took, what, 2 months for him to awaken, whereas for JP it was like 4. Now, bearing in mind August was still, you know, over 4 months ago now, and we've still not seen any new news on this guy's awakening. I mean, October was 3 months. I guess we're now moving into February, so almost 4 months. In fact, in like a week's time, right, this guy's TUR awakening will be 4 months old. Because if we look back to the last time we got one of these free-to-play like story characters, we got the Trunks and Broly. These guys awakened, I think from Global to JP it was quicker, because Global was obviously trying to catch up, but the TUR came out in August, then it was October, and then December, so it was like 2 months between each awakening phase for JP, and it's already been longer than that for the separate stages for Bardock. So going by his release on JP being June, and then his TUR awakening being October, that's like 4 months. So we are getting up to the point where he's going to be 4 months old, the actual TUR version. But of course, we will still be right in the middle of the anniversary. Now, that doesn't mean it won't happen, because I guess, you know, the theme of the anniversary overall is like the strongest in the world, like strongest under heaven, whatever it is, the Tenkai Muso thing. The themes for the summons are family and rivals, because obviously a Bardock and Goku card would fit under that sort of family theme, but that's only really applicable to the summon theme and not so much the overall theme of the anniversary. I mean, a Goku and Bardock card obviously would still be super hype, but I'm not sure if it really fits the theme of the anniversary. So this guy, I don't know if we'll see him awaken by the time the anniversary has actually ended. I guess the interesting thing will be the first Dokkan Fest that releases after the anniversary, if that's anything to do with Goku, Bardock, Super Saiyans, any of that kind of thing, then he could awaken then. Or, to be perfectly fair, as he is just like, he's separate to the Dokkan Fest and everything, right? He's just a story event character. So realistically, he could still get his awakening in the middle of a celebration. Like, let's say the first Dokkan Fest that releases after the anniversary follows the trend of the last few years where it's an extreme character. Let's say we get, like, if we finally get our Dokkan Fest baby, for example, and we get our first extreme 220% leader, it could still be the case that like a week after that celebration starts, this guy then just gets his easy A, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be specifically tied into the celebration. And even then, there can be some connections that you can make, because like Baby, for example, is a character that's on the revenge category, which this guy is on. So loose connection, of course, but they could fit this guy in basically anywhere. But yeah, very interesting. The fact that this reversible exchange thing has now really opened the door for a lot of interesting things to happen that we weren't expecting, because like I said, before reversible exchange being a thing, like this guy, I can't think of anything this guy could have awakened into apart from another just being Super Saiyan Bardock still, because he can't even awaken into like a Super Saiyan 2 or a Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, because then he would lose the Super Saiyans category. The only way that could happen is if he awakened into a Super Saiyan Bardock that transformed into another form. So going by the pre-reversible exchange like rules, and I mean they are still the rules I guess for like future cards that aren't going to be reversible exchange, but as long as this guy awakens into a character that has a reversible exchange with someone, and it could be anyone, this is the thing, right? It doesn't even have to be Goku. I don't think it would necessarily be Trunks again, even though he is one of the main like Dokkan like story mode characters. But technically, it could be reversible exchange with anyone. Although obviously Goku is the most likely and probably hypest choice. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you think this guy is going to awaken into something a little bit more interesting with the reversible exchange mechanic? Do you think that they're not going to do that and he's just going to awaken into a Super Saiyan Bardock? I do feel like maybe it's the reason why they've waited all this time to awaken him, which is then very interesting, because obviously they would have had this all planned out from the start when he released as an SSR, because we know they'll have, you know, when he came out, the anniversary was already planned and everything. They would have already known about the reversible exchange mechanic in the future and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to think that if that does happen, this guy released as a base form Bardock, with them knowing full well he was going to awaken into a new sort of exchange character with Goku. So that's definitely very interesting. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What would you like to see for this Bardock when he awakens into an LR? Like in base, like as a TUR, I did a showcase for him when he got his awakening. And obviously as just a free-to-play TUR, he's not particularly great, but he has the potential to be a solid support unit. So if he does get this good LR awakening, he could be valuable for a few teams. But let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.